Welcome to Drop the Puck. We're back at Planet's Ice Widnes for another game. This time, Widnes Wild taking on the Billingham Stars.
Yeah, Gary, this second game in this doubleheader weekend that Widnes have played at home, and the Stars come here not lightly off the back end of a 4-win streak. Yeah,
so clearly Wild have got to keep their wits about them because you can't take anybody for granted. It's been said countless times over this season. Anybody can take anybody on their day. Of course, Billingham find themselves at the lower half of the table unusually this season, whereas the Wild at the top half. All depends on where people finish. Potentially, depending on results for the rest of the few games that are left, Billingham could be the playoff opponents for the Wild.
Well, they could. Currently, Billingham sat 6th on 22 points and Widnes on 3rd with 29 points. So in theory, they can't catch them, but they could still see them again in the playoffs. However, as you said quite rightly, it is how results go around the league. Today, though, I think Widnes need to forget the Blackburn game yesterday. I know in the interviews they say it quite often, we take each game as it comes. That's exactly what needs to happen. They need to forget they even played yesterday, come in, fresh eyes, fresh head, fresh legs, and skate, because that's one thing we know this Billingham team can do. They've brought youth, they've brought a little bit of experience. It's a dangerous combination. You've got young players, sponges, absorbing all that information.
Well, it's a developing team, isn't it?
Exactly, all that information, all them skills from your Michael Elders and everyone else that have been left in there. But then you've got those guys that they can fall back on when times are getting hard and can make things happen. So I really think we're in for a good game today.
Well, I don't think it's going to be a walkover for the Wild, certainly, but neither do I think it's going to be a walkover for Billingham. I think it's going to be a very, very close game. I'm expecting a considerable amount of goals because, by all accounts, this Billingham young side is really, really good and they can put the puck in the net when they want to. So I reckon it's going to be a close one, this one, Ben.
If I'm honest, I think it's going to be a very defensive game. I think Widnes may come out not as quick as we've seen them do before and just ease it off, but it's going to be interesting either way.
Well, that all remains to be seen. A lot to still play for because people are looking for where they're going to end up finishing in the table and who their opponents are going to be going into post-season hockey. So without further ado, I think it's time to go down to the ice. It's time to drop the puck.
With the anthems out the way, it's time to play. We're here, Planet Ice Widnes, for the Widnes Wild versus the Billingham Stars, and I'd like to welcome alongside me today in the commentary booth, the one, the only, Mr. George Perrott. George, great to have you back, mate.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Looking forward to an exciting game, and happy Mother's Day to you as well.
And of course, thank you very much, sir, and also to all the mothers and lovely ladies that are watching this show. You gave your time to allow people to go out and actually play hockey.
Yeah.
Or our partners allow us to come out and film this. And as we see, George, Billingham, a little bit of a banana peel possibly for the old Widnes Wild.
Yeah, battling for their playoff seed spot, and they've got a lot to gain from this game. They've got Solihull and Sheffield Scimitars ahead of them, and so they'll be looking for these points. And of course, it's the second of a back-to-back for Widnes at home. So we'll see if any of that tiredness from last night's game against the Hawks is.
It does, yeah. And of course, it's going to look like Brown is going to be the starting netminder. So Tom Brown gets the nod. He's going to start between the pipes for the Stars. And we go up the other end, and unsurprisingly, we find the figure that is Harrison Walker firmly planted between the metalwork for the Wild. He had a good game yesterday against the Hawks. He's had a good season, to be fair. Stood on his head when needed. But he's going to need to keep it on a swivel tonight with the firepower that Billingham bring. Your officials for tonight, for this game, Mr. Emilio Fusco will be your head ref wearing the armbands. He's supported by Mr. Chris Edwards and Mr. Kenny George on the lines, representing Team Stripes. And I get to do this thing with great pleasure, George. This one's over to you, my friend.
Well, thank you very much. Exciting young Billingham team, lots of young players, few face cages, few net guards you see out there, the telltale signs of a youth development, and a perhaps more experienced Widnes Wild team here, facing off with Hager, taking the drop with Preston for Billingham. And it's a win for Preston, and Billingham are away, going D to D, and Sykes pokes the puck into the zone for Preston, takes a sharp angled shot at Walker. That one bounces around and is now behind the net, and stepping out was Preston for the Billingham team. And the Wild now come up the ice with Charnock, trying to one-hand into the zone, but he couldn't get it there, so Volkanovs instead manages to reverse it, and 98 for Billingham is Preston behind his net. Up to the wing, pass out at centre was behind his man, and Billingham now struggle to get away, but they do, and this is Moss. Beg your pardon, that's Elder. He flips one in, collects his own dump, and then wheels round on the backhand, turns, fires one in. It was blocked by the Wild defenseman there, and the Wild come away with Volkanovs as they change the lines. Volkanovs driving wide, under pressure, but retains the puck and drops it back, where an easy collect for Billingham. Good pressure by Greaves to prevent Elder from getting the puck in, but he does get it in low, and Walker has to come and swing it round. Now it's Brierley playing a stretch pass up to Gilbert, but that was cut off easily by the Latvian defenseman for Billingham, Grigors. Now Wild up through the centre. We've got Barlow taking a shot that flashed wide. Collected at the point by Stubley, and Stubley throws one in, and a little tip in there by Matty Barlow. Got through, but not all the way. Barlow then cycles down to Gilbert. Gilbert put one through the crease, but nobody was home, and now Billingham looking for a stretch pass up at the Widnes blue line, but that play broke down and they come back to regroup, and now Billingham are away with their 33, driving wide, attempting a centering pass that was blocked, and Gilbert battles to get the puck back out, and we have a whistle. First whistle of the game.
Well, almost 2 minutes gone there, George, and it has come out at pace, and it started very fast, which is what we know the Wild like to do. It's going to be, can Billingham keep up with them? But with that young side, you'd expect the legs to stay with them.
Yeah, lively start from both teams. Chances at both ends. Best one going, I think. And we have a face-off win for Billingham, and a quick shot on the turn that went wide. And now Widnes with Jackson come out, and the puck is tipped at centre, where Greenall on D for the Stars collects. And now we have Britton trying to get over the line, and Haid just lost the handle on that one. And Billingham managed to harmlessly throw it out to centre, where a bit of pressure from Billingham's number 8 has turned the puck over. And he then shrugs off a check from Jackson. And a reverse pass from Billingham went out in front. Created a good chance there for Walls. But Widnes now regrouping behind their own net, looking for an outlet pass. That one hit a leg and came loose, and now Billingham can get back down with Sykes and work it, but the pass up to the point had no one there.
Good forecheck pressure there by Hager.
Billingham once again over the line and working it down low. And here's Spraggan for it. Oh, he had a shot that was...
It was a comfortable save there for Walker.
Right,
if you look at the
between the
replay
eyes.
again,
Yeah.
you'll see he's managed to get that puck out and just get it into a nice position, just slide in from the point. Spraggan releases one, but it's comfortable. Walker sees it all the way in.
Puck drop now with Hager and Preston contesting the face-off. And it's a clean win for Billingham, who get it down to the half boards, and a long... we're breaking away now with Charnock, but that's broken down. And at neutral ice, we come out with Preston. Preston drops the puck to Elder. Elder steps in, tries a narrow shot, and Walker was out of position for a second there, but thankfully the puck has fallen loose to Widnes, and that was tipped on its way in, so shouldn't have an icing call there. Some nice handiwork by the Billingham defenseman to bring it up, and Billingham again trying to clear the zone, but not quite successful, and they have to resort to a long flip, but that's collected by Galloway, and he tried a shot that was blocked by the Widnes defenseman, and Widnes eventually clear the zone, but Billingham will regroup at centre ice. But a weak one-handed effort there sends Greaves going. Greaves, low shot, spilled by Brown, but harmlessly into the path of his defenceman. And now Greaves has turned it over again in the corner, and he backhanded one that cleared the zone, missed the point. And we've got a bit of a foot race on here with Billingham's number 33, who couldn't retain the puck. And Greaves once again gains the zone, and another low shot that was spilled by Brown, and now it's down between Brown's legs, but he's safely held on.
Yeah, piling on that puck, loose puck there, see if Brown spills up, but he doesn't much. We'll see it again. Greaves, we know, likes to shoot heavy from the point, puts it on looking for the rebound. Barlow's out in front looking for that tip in. But of course, it's Braddon, the 33 for the Billingham Stars at the moment. It's causing them all the issues.
Face-off in the Billingham zone is won by the Wild, and Britton goes down to collect behind the Billingham net. He reverses the puck to Hyde, and Hyde, turning, shakes his man, loses an edge, and now it's out in front, and a clean shot. Oh, triple rebound saved by Brown. And he's now in desperation mode, but the puck is cleared. Fantastic saves there from Brown in the Billingham net.
Unreal.
Billingham knocked it back down behind Widnes' net, but there's a little bit of time for Stubley to bring up for Widnes. He takes a good look, couldn't get a clean pass, but manages to get one in for Hyde to chase. Billingham swing it all the way around to Crisp, who gains red, throws it in deep, and now Jackson brings it up for the Wild. To Charnock. Charnock with the wheels, up the middle. That's poked away easily by the Billingham defence, and now Bez Hughes tries to bank one in. They were offside for a second, but Volkanov's cleverly negated the offside and managed to get the puck deep, and then applies pressure. And Billingham players lost the puck there for a second, and Hager didn't. He saw it and tried to play a reverse pass to Charnock, which hit escape. Bez Hughes tries to knock one back in, but he's lost it, and now Preston comes away, but he's shepherded securely by Jackson. And Widnes now coming away, 2-on-3. Charnock made a move at the line, that was broken up, but he reverses and manages to get the puck in deep, where we have now Hager turning, reversing down for Charnock, and out front to Hager, and Hager's shot was gloved over the bar by Brown.
Good effort.
Nice shot. Billingham didn't pick up Hager as he cycled around, and now he comes back and attempted to bat that one out of the air. Couldn't quite get it. Volkanov's turning, protecting the puck, reversing it for Greaves, but good positioning by the Billingham defenceman, and Billingham clear the zone and will change.
That first line though, the Wild, that Hager, Charnock and Volkanov's line is causing them, the Stars, no end of problems at the moment. It's got speed, it's got technicality. They know what they're doing, and right now, that's twice Rich Hager's been able to slip in behind the Billingham defence.
Billingham are looking a little bit more under pressure here. They've had to knock the puck in a couple of times without being able to get the pressure up, and the Wild are trying stretch passes as they regroup. Now it's Wilcox who knocks one up to the wing for Greaves. Greaves leaves for Barlow. Barlow tried to put one inside for Gilbert, but that was blocked, and Gilbert's muscled off the puck by the Billingham defenceman. This is Moss now with a nice move to break out, and he tried to find Braddon up at the Widnes blue line, but that didn't work out. Now the Wild have got it low again, with Gilbert out in front. Nobody there for that, and now Moss again feeding Braddon. Braddon's got wheels, and Walker came out.
Great save, Walker.
He was aggressive, he was confident, and managed to take away the time for Braddon there. Now Gilbert passes one up to Greaves at the Widnes blue line, but Greaves lost control of it. They do manage to get it in with Britton though.
Good save by Brown. Well, you see in the replay there, it's the whole Greaves just putting the puck in the right place. He's having a good game so far. Britton's able to get the shot off, but Brown sees it all the way again.
Face-off in the Billingham zone is just about won by the Wild. They come away with Jackson. Jackson gets it down into the corner where he and Britton go to work. Britton holding the puck up against 2 Billingham defenders. Jackson retreats to his defensive position, and a long outlet pass slides all the way down to Walker in the Wild net. Widnes tried to clear the zone. That didn't work out, so it was blocked away into the corner by Walker, where Billingham have recovered. And behind the net, the Billingham player has lost the puck, and the Wild can now come out with Hyde at centre ice. Hyde steps wide on his man and then delays and looks for the pass, and it's a good one. Oh, and they tried a nice passing move there, but unfortunately it was cut away.
Saw plenty of that yesterday against the Hawks. You're working very well. Good communication and team play. And you see the puck just hit the roof there, and that's going to stop play. George, just something to pick up on very quickly. The rotation of the lines from yesterday changing a lot. We've seen Charnock now step up on that first line. Interesting second line they're running with Greaves and Barlow now and Gilbert. That's a very powerful shot line, so keep watching for those shots at the point.
Neutral zone face-off now, won by Billingham, and they bring it along with Elder, who holds the puck up on the boards with Volkanovs. They cross ice and sling a dump in, ringing it round where it's collected by Murray. Murray backhands one up to Charnock, and Charnock has to be clever with his skates to get possession of that in his own zone. Goes back behind the net, turns, looking for the outlet pass, plays it to the defensive position where it's turned over by Murray, and Murray lucky to recover it there and to find Charnock once again still in his own zone, but they now bring it away. Volkanov's backhands one out to centre, and Wilcox picks up and comes in with a shot that was blocked away by Brown. And out in front there, a nice play, close, couple of chances for Widnes in tight, where Brown has been a match for them. Volkanov's now turning in the corner, rides the check and steps in.
Crashing the net, literally. Well, it's interesting what's going to happen now.
Shout there for a goal, but as we see on the replay, Volkanov stepping in from an impossible angle.
Well, Brown seems to have a good seal on that post, but with literally 10 minutes already played in this first period, it's end-to-end action. You can't put a hair between the two teams at the moment. Both still trying to feel each other out and get a grasp of the game.
Offensive zone face-off for the Wild. And Barlow won the face-off, but it flipped up high onto Greaves, and Greaves headed it down. Now Billingham come across, but don't manage to keep the puck, and they tag up to be onside, where Moss will chase in on Brierley. And Widnes do come away with it, and Gilbert improvises to get control of that, and then across to Hayde, and great save by Brown. Brown out of position, scrambling back. And Greaves tried to get it up high, and that shot was blocked. Another good chance for the Wild. They're looking favourites to be the first to score here.
Well, they're banging on the door, and right now Brown's done everything he can to deny them.
Galloway for Billingham shoots one well wide, and that's an easy collect for Gilbert, who plays puck up the wing to Greaves, but that was more than he could handle, and now Billingham come away to centre ice with Walls. Walls crosses the blue. He's alone. He takes the shot. That was wide. And Billingham tried to collect at the point, but it slips past Greenall, and Greenall now gets his wheels on, and he's been stripped of the puck by Barlow, who himself had to do a bit of acrobatics to beat his man. And the net result is that Widnes have control with their defenceman and transition to attack with a tip-in. Tip into the zone, pressured by Wyatt. His first time on the ice tonight, I think.
It is. It's good to see him back after the suspension he served.
It came back to Hughes, who played a puck off the boards, which was loose. And a good defensive play there by Hyde to recover the puck for Widnes. And now Hyde tries to body his man, but he's lost his skates. And it's Jackson who has to come back and take control of the situation with a pass up to the wing for Wyatt that was loose.
And, good save by Walker there, you can see. Yep. We'll see it again in the replay now. Puck managed, well, you see Jackson there, he tries to clear it out. Walls, I believe it is, intercepts it, just takes a random shot for its easy save for Walker. And right now, George, both netminders in the defensive units doing their job. Me and Gary said it'd be a close game at the beginning. Seems to be coming to fruition.
Face off in the wild zone is won comfortably by Hager, and they swing it round to Wilcox. And Wilcox's weak backhander up to Vulkanov's was easily picked away by Sykes, and Sykes' shot saved by Walker. And Billingham just threatening now. Out in front, backhand tip from Billingham, flashed wide of the net, and they go back down to work the cycle. That was Elder to Spraggan, back to Elder, and now out where a shot was blocked, and now Widnes come away with speed, and this is Charnock. Charnock cuts across the top of the zone, then protects the puck on his backhand, gets behind the net. And we've got a bit of space here for a slap pass to Hager. That was a lovely play between Wilcox and Hager that just didn't quite come off. Vulkanovs carries in, takes a shot, hit the post, and the rebound saved by Brown.
He's everywhere, Brown. Widnes not able to buy a goal at the moment.
They've had their chances, and here could be another one as Stubley brings up, but momentarily loses control and is forced to backhand the puck into the Billingham zone. Billingham transition, but that's interrupted by Gilbert, who gets a stick on it to tip it all the way down into the wild zone. Barlow and Brierley working the puck out, find Greaves. Greaves cross-ice pass to Gilbert, who throws a weak one in on Brown, who freezes the puck.
Well, you can see, oh, hang on, potential handbag. Well, Greaves skated in and slammed on, and now it's the Billingham defenseman who's just been told to calm down a little there by the officials, and that's Grigors. 6:29 remains in this first period, and right now, literally, as we've said, it's Widnes who are banging on the door, but Brown is standing tall.
Barlow's won this face-off for the Wild, and Stubley with a quick shot that was easily gloved by Brown.
Just to pick up on a point you raised earlier, George, obviously a lot of cages on the Billingham bench, but we know Reynolds is still wearing his from the incident yesterday.
Another face-off in the Billingham zone. And that one came to Gilbert, who shot on the turn and flashed it wide. Greaves managed to disrupt his man. That was Galloway for the Stars. And now the Stars go cross-ice to Moss, but he's under pressure. He manages to get the puck up to the skates of Galloway, and Galloway steps in on the backhand and puts a weak one towards the net. Easy collect for Stubley. Stubley's pass was disrupted though, and here's Moss. Tried to backhand one through the legs of the Wild defenseman, and once again it breaks down, and the Wild bring the puck away with Gilbert. Cross-ice pass to Greaves. Greaves will dump it in. Almost a shot there. Brown watched it go wide, and now Grigors, the Latvian defenseman for the Stars, turns, finds space, and a bit more purpose here for Billingham, up to centre with, I think that's Galloway. But he lost the puck, he recovered the puck, and he's now put it in deep so that his team can get a clean change. And Bez Hughes with Jackson now on the puck for the Wild. Jackson brings it up, but his pass to centre eventually got through to Hyde, and Hyde goes onto the backhand, but he was disrupted there. And we now have a battle in the corner. Up to the point, but Jackson wasn't over the blue line, so Widnes have to rework it. Jackson backs off, plays to Reynolds, who knocks it back to Jackson. And Jackson now has to go all the way back into his zone to recover the puck. Up to Reynolds. Cross-ice pass was a weak one that was easily picked off by Walls for Billingham. Walls chips it in and then applies pressure. He's hit solidly by Jackson, but they do retain the puck in the zone. And now Walls, having dusted himself off, has played a nice pass out to centre, and good bit of work there by Britton with his skates to disrupt that. Reynolds has now backhanded a long dump in down onto the Billingham zone, and the Wild are changing, and they now apply pressure to this emerging Billingham attack. Wilcox didn't get much on that, and it came out loose, where Edler took a shot that I think missed the net.
We'll see on the replay again here now. Puck, looks like it's Wilcox tries to clear it. Unfortunately, Billingham get the shot off high towards the scoreboard. 4:07 now remaining in this first period.
Face-off contested in the Widnes zone, and the Wild come away with it. Wheeling behind the net is Wilcox, up to Volkanovs. Volkanov's backhand to centre ice is chopped down, and now Elder for the Stars. Drives wide, angled shot, easy cover for Walker.
Yeah, Walker saving it again, we'll see in the replay now. Elder picks that puck up, drives forward into the blue, sees the space, lets one go. Easy save for Walker. Ice starting to tilt a little bit in Billingham's way towards his late first.
So Billingham applying pressure, and the puck is swung around by the Wild to Volkanovs. Billingham will regroup with Spraggan. Goes D to D. Back to Spraggan. Once more to his D partner. Patient, looking for a good outlet pass, and they found one to Sykes. Sykes drives wide. He's got Preston in the centre lane. He tried to turn inside. Now he's found Elder, but Elder's options were quickly closed down, and they go back and rework it, but the puck was won behind the net and harmlessly frozen by Walker.
A little bit of handbags afterwards. That was a risky one there. You saw that Walker tried to jump on it. Murray getting in a little bit of a fray there. You can see the refs are straight in to calm that one down. And I was going to say previously, George, how it's gone very quickly this first period. There's not been any penalties, very few stoppages. And then that goes and happens.
Yeah, there's been a good flow to it, both ends. I think Widnes certainly had the best of the first 10 minutes, but the last few minutes or so, Billingham seemed to be showing a bit more potential to score.
Well, it is certainly a different game to yesterday's game. The Stars certainly a different beast.
Moss and Barlow contest the face-offs, and it's won by Barlow for Widnes and put over to the wing, where Gilbert manages to get the puck out and centre to Barlow, and Barlow nearly had an open lane there, but instead Billingham have turned it round with Galloway. Galloway tried to shoot through the legs of Gilbert, but that was blocked, and now they rework it with Moss up to the point to Grigors, and that was a tip that came dangerously close, and Walker one save and one block, and Widnes breathe a sigh of relief as Grigors now rims it round for Dowdle to put back in, and Moss has turned it over again behind the Wild net for Billingham, but the Wild do manage to safely get the puck up to the point where Widnes bat it in again. Wild just struggling to get out of their zone here, but they do so with a stretch pass to Gilbert, and if he can drive wide on Grigors, he might have a chance, but he found the shot and Grigors has recovered it. Swung it round to Hall, who couldn't control the puck but managed to at least clear the zone. Jackson now, D to D with Hughes, and Gilbert helps that one on its way back behind the Stars net. Stars coming out at their blue line. Walls gains the Widnes blue line. Wrist shots one towards the Wild net, which was gloved back into the corner by Walker.
And the puck seems to have gone.
Puck has vanished.
Yeah, I think it's gone into the Widnes bench. But interesting there, Mike Gilbert, bit of a two-way play there, dropped into defence, made that key poke check and then set the whole motion in play. Obviously Mike Gilbert as well, pre-game there, awarded his 100th game jersey for the Wild, so it's good to see he's still around.
Just under 2 minutes to play here, a face-off in the Wild zone, which they win again. They don't seem to have problems winning face-offs in their defensive zone, but they are sometimes struggling to actually get the puck away, and that's almost happened again, where a turnover almost created a chance for the Stars, but gratefully they managed to backhand one all the way down to the Billingham zone, and up and down we go. Now a cross-ice backhand has found Sykes for the Stars, but he couldn't gain the zone because they were offside, and Reynolds has flipped one in on Brown, which he couldn't quite handle, but it goes harmlessly into the Billingham corner, and they then work it back out to centre ice, where Sykes now is onside and can step over. Tried to put a move on Jackson, and he's managed to get it loose. Oh, and a glorious chance there for Preston.
Inside the final minute now for Widnes. Can they weather the storm?
Volkanovs now stops to collect his own mishandling. and now has one, but is offside.
That was a tight call. They saw Charnock backtracking.
Didn't quite get out of the zone quickly enough.
No, so 42.9 seconds remaining in this first period, and it's still Widnes Wild 0, Billingham Stars 0.
Neutral zone face-off win for the Wild. Can either team break the deadlock with 40 seconds left of the first period? Here comes Moss for Billingham, plays it back to his defenceman. They change the sides of the play and dump one in, where Hager goes back to collect, and he had the wheels, but he didn't have control of the puck. And Widnes must now battle at their own blue line, which they do successfully and come away with Stubley. Stubley dropped it to Charnock, and Charnock has managed to get it in deep now. But Billingham have cleared the zone again, and less than 10 seconds. It looks like this period is going to run out as a stalemate.
And there's your buzzer.
And so
George, well, yeah, a very interesting first period there. Both teams coming flying out the blocks, both wanting to grab control of the game. First 10 minutes saw Widnes banging on the door, but as the game settled, Billingham came into it. It's still all to play for as we go into the second period. You can catch all the action right after this short break.
Brakes and Sons sponsor Drop the Puck.
Introducing the brand new Drop the Puck official online store. Choose from a wide variety of items including hoodies, t-shirts, and hats. Ranges include children and adults. Sizes from small to 5XL. Place your order through our Facebook store. Simply select your size and click message. One of our team will assist you with your purchase. Drop the Puck official merchandise store, only on facebook.com/dropthepuck.
Welcome back for this second period of action, and still Widnes Wild 0, Billingham Stars 0, but a great first period for both teams really, George.
Yep, chances for both. Probably the best of the chances to the Wild, maybe, but by a slim margin, and they certainly struggled getting the puck out at times, so who's going to break the deadlock? Well, the Wild have started well with a face-off win. It's come all the way back to Murray, who collects behind the Wild net. Plays to his D partner Wilcox, who plays it up to Charnock. Charnock battles to clear the zone, and then Volkanovs manages to get the puck deep into the Stars zone, where they swing it all the way around for Sykes, and that's intercepted by Hager. Hager turning, low shot, stick to side by Brown. And now Charnock moving in on his backhand, protecting the puck, coming round. He opts to reverse it back into the zone, where Volkanovs continues to cycle. Works it on his backhand, now coming around, thinks about the point, but then turns inside on the forehand, and Hager got a stick on it, and it was gloved by Brown.
Well, it's a well-worked play. We'll see in the replay there now. This combination of Charnock, Hager and Volkanov's literally just giving themselves plenty of space. Get that puck in. Low and hard shots, as we know. Being a coach of hockey, George, you know that low and hard is harder to get to.
Absolutely. Goals get worked from behind the net. Just the way the Wild were playing there. So what can they do with this offensive face-off? The Stars come away from the draw and swing it all the way around, where Stubley bats it back in and Barlow bodies his man off the puck, but there's no one in support, and so the Stars pick it up with Grigors. Grigors steps out and plays a stretch pass all the way up to Braddon, but that's beyond his grasp, and Stubley at all ends of the ice now collects for the Wild. Backhands to Greaves, but Greaves has lost it, and Moss has got Braddon. Oh, and Braddon arriving late, fanned on the shot, but now it's open again, and turning behind the net, we have a Stars player. A loose puck, missed by the defenseman. Here comes Gilbert. He's got support. He's looking for the pass, and a lovely defensive play by Grigors to block the passing lane.
Well, it was a key defence there, key block as the shot comes in into the glove of Brown, but it was Grigors then that literally made that play for the Stars, shut the pass lane off, shut down Gilbert's opportunity, and snubbed out whatever the Wild potentially could get going. 18:25 remaining in this second period.
A clean face-off win for the Wild, and they managed to fluff the shot, but then retain possession in the zone with Haid, who traverses the zone with that pass, and now young Reynolds is working the puck behind the Stars net. He comes up to the top of the zone, hands it off to Jackson, but Jackson lost control and is now losing a battle with Moss, and Moss tried to centre it for the Stars attack, but that's broken down, and Hyde now bats it out to neutral ice and applies pressure on Stars defenseman Jackson. Stars change sides, and Walls dumps it in, where it's collected by Bez Hughes on defence for Widnes, and that stretch pass again, this time kicked by Hager to Reynolds, and Reynolds is in on the backhand, and
good
his backhand
save.
shot saved by Brown.
Yeah, Josh Reynolds, no stranger to Billingham. We'll see, he picks that quick pass up there that was laid off from Hager, tries to go backhand on Brown, but yeah, Reynolds, formerly trained at Billingham, played at Bradford and now the Wild.
At 17:25 to play in this second period, as Murray at the point for the Wild puts a soft one in that's handled by Brown in the Stars net.
You see, they were trying to stab the pickle there. It was put on, but still good seal on the pipes and on the ice by Brown. He's denied pretty much everything that's come on net at the moment.
Another face-off win for the Wild, and Murray spins it round. He was looking for Charnock in the corner, but that's broken down, and now they come away, the Stars, with Sykes looking for a soft pass, which broke down, and now the Wild have reversed it, and Hager takes a slap shot from centre. Brown gave a rebound, but it was collected by the Stars defence, and Widnes come straight back into the offensive zone with Charnock, a feed to the net that was sticked away by Brown. And now the Stars recover behind their own net and have cleared the zone, where Sykes one-hands the puck past Murray, but Murray did a good job of taking the body on Sykes, and that's broken down so that Volkanovs can come away for the Wild. And Volkanovs shot in on Brown. Loose puck out in front. Up to the point for Stubley. Stubley's shot was blocked by Helens, and Helens has managed to clear the zone. And it pinballs around a little and has ended up behind the net with Harrison Walker playing the puck for the Wild.
We know he likes to do that. He came out yesterday pretty much to the blue line, stopped a breakaway on Blackburn.
And now the Wild with a chance, as Barlow was bodied away from the net. Stubley has been dangled by Moss, and Moss In on the backhand, Walker out of position, but the puck has found its way behind the Wild net to a non-threatening area. But Greaves had blown the zone and wasn't there to help the puck out, and so the Stars retain it with Braddon. Braddon's centering pass cut out by Barlow. Widnes can now get wild with Gilbert, but good hip check there to slow him down. Widnes have got the puck in deep though, and Gilbert's recovered to now battle it free to Greaves. Greaves battles his man, and the puck comes out to Jackson, who managed to get another shot in on Brown. Wild have had a lot of shots this period so far as we approach 5 minutes into the second, and that one's hit the lighting rig, so we'll get a whistle.
Yeah, nice little break for yourself there, George, and the players. But we're seeing it already, this end-to-end action that's coming again, as we saw in the first period. Both teams literally kicking and screaming, banging at the door, but a credit to both Walker and Brown, and still scoreless all round.
Britain protected the puck on the face-off for the Wild, but the Stars managed to bat it into the Widnes zone, where Hughes changes direction to find Haid, and Haid plays it back to Hughes, who's got a bit of room now. He played a pass that was behind Haid, but Haid collects it off the boards and slings it out to centre, where the ref has fortunately stopped that loose puck from falling to a Billingham player, and Haid tried to knock one into the zone. That didn't work out, so the Stars have come back and collected, but Haid now, angle shot, another one, knocked away by Brown, and rather hastily, icing call, as Stars under pressure have to sling the puck up the ice.
14:22 remaining in the second period. You can see now Billingham starting to work through the gears, the physicality stepping up, a few checks being finished and a few ones aimed at people and just able to dart out the way.
The Wild have had pressure. Can they break the deadlock now? So we have Charnock. His pass was interrupted, and Hall comes away for the Stars. The Stars choose to dump it in on Walker, and Walker plays a pass to Wilcox. Wilcox goes D to Murray, but Murray's pass for Charnock was out of his reach, and Charnock has to skate in and apply pressure. Now Volkanov's has got a tight angle, and then flies by two Stars players, one of whom stripped the puck from him. Oh, now Sykes for the Stars crosses into the Widnes zone, uses his stick, and now he's free. Oh, and it's an easy finish.
Well, that's a good goal by Elder. We'll see it again in the replay now, George.
The work was done by Sykes.
Well, yeah, Sykes does most of the work. Easy pass across. Unfortunately, Walker can't go post to post quick enough. Puts it in the back of the net.
So it's Widnes Wild 0, Billingham Stars 1 at 13:42 of this second period. Somewhat against the run of play. The Stars have broken the deadlock first. Well, how will the Wild respond?
It's a big goal, to be fair, George. And will it tilt the ice, maybe?
Now, Brierley, D to D for the Wild. And it falls to Barlow, who backhands it in behind the Stars net. Gilbert couldn't retain it there, and away comes Elder with another shot on Walker. Walker blocked that one right into the path of the oncoming Stars forward, but thankfully it was collected. And now Gilbert at neutral ice gets his head up, finds a centering pass that didn't find his man, but it's loose. Oh, and a shot now from Stubley, who collected a loose puck. And another shot in from Barlow. So Wild are responding, and almost fell loose to Greaves for another chance. Stubley now flings one in from the point, but that's blocked. Barlow behind the Stars net, out in front. It's in the glove of Brown again. Gilbert.
Widnes trying everything in the playbook right now. You can see the work in this puck round well. We know Joe Greaves is normally a big hitter from the point. He's having to play close this time. It's fallen to Stubley though, and Brown still standing tall.
So Widnes' quest for their first goal continues, and it's put on delay as the puck is flipped up into the rafters, and we'll have another face-off in the Stars zone.
Yeah, as I was saying there, George, obviously we're normally seeing Joe Greaves smacking them one time from the point and then the spill up, but it seems like Brown's not letting any loose change out tonight.
Yeah, he's certainly been the Stars' best player so far. As Jackson almost kept the puck in, but the Stars do come away, and a good defensive play by Nathan Britton, who won the puck, couldn't quite clear the zone, but now Widnes do clear the zone. They come away with Haid. Haid, nice move. Oh, and then he almost kept his balance under check, and he's now down and injured and slow getting up. So we'll keep an eye on that situation as Walker now freezes the puck, and Haid skates over gingerly to the Wild bench.
Yeah, I think Haid was a little more worried there than the fact that as he rolled over, his blades came up in the air. The Billingham defenseman just checked himself. Everyone seems to be okay. But yeah, right now Billingham just shutting down every possibility that Widnes have got going.
Face-off in the Wild's end with just over 12 minutes to play of this second frame. Volkanov's had his pass blocked but managed to clear the zone. And a loose puck now is collected by Helens on defence for the Stars. They go cross-ice to Sykes. Sykes has to turn to get control of that, but then he tries to dump one in. It was blocked. It went in on Walker, who's frozen the puck. And another face-off in the Wild end.
Walker's starting to freeze the puck up a little more than we're used to now. Could that be potentially a little sign of nerves, George, after conceding that quick one earlier?
Preston and Hagger on the draw, and it's won by Preston, and a low shot from Spraggan, sticked away by Walker for the Wild. And now Hagger goes back to collect behind his own net. Plays an indirect pass off the boards, a nice one to Charnock. Charnock delays, plays a lovely little inside pass for Volkanovs, but once more, Brown is equal to it.
Wow, what a play that was. We'll see it again. It starts with Hagger behind the net. The bank pass finding Charnock on the inside boards. Lovely little play in there for Volkanovs, who you'd normally expect to bury it. Today, Brown's got his number, though.
So, face off to the right of Brown in the Stars net is won by the Stars, and they swing it across where Stubley cuts it out and knocks it back in. Nice reverse hit by Charnock there to bring himself a bit of room from the Stars defenseman, and Charnock then forced to play a move at the line that puts Widnes offside, and he's mishandled the puck, and here's Braddon, he's in. Oh, he tried to go 5-hole on Walker, but Walker closed it just in the nick of time.
Well, dangerous situation there, and it's a second opportunity in this second period that Billingham have had to try and draw blood on Widnes.
Volkanov's now up the middle, drives wide and shoots, and that's handled by Brown.
We'll see it again now. Braddon breaking away, manages to get down there, but Volkanov's immediately up the other way, finds a bit of space out on the circle there, and the face-off circle, and gets a shot away. Brown still equal to his measure.
So Barlow on this face-off for the Wild has managed to find Gilbert, and Gilbert wheeling. His shot was blocked and trickled harmlessly wide. He then finds Barlow back down in the corner behind the Stars net. Barlow goes to work against his defenseman Crisp. Barlow turning, protecting, turning again. Managed to get it through Crisp's legs, but it broke down at that point. And the Stars flip it out where Hughes collects and tries a long pass. Stars now offside, or are they? Nope. It's down to Jackson to clear the zone as the Stars pressured. And now Greenall for the Stars. Young defenseman. His wrist shot is wide of Harrison Walker's blocker. And another shot in is deflected. And the Stars are now subject to a 2-on-1 with Barlow across for Gilbert, and it was just out of his reach. Gilbert knocked it back down into the corner behind the Stars net, but that was an easy collect for the Stars defenseman, and Hughes needs to start everything over. Now Greaves has managed to kick the puck up to himself, and he plays a cross-ice pass that was cut out. Good defensive play there by Hall for the Stars, and the Stars come away now with their own rush. Opting to go all the way into the corner, and Preston now for the Stars. Oh, he hit the side of the net with that one. Low wrist shot. And now Walls battling with Wilcox. Wilcox is strong on the puck. and a harmless shot. Now we've got a breakaway for Gilbert. Gilbert pumping the legs. Finds,
Good effort.
finds Wilcox rushing up from D in the middle, and another great save by Brown. What will it take to beat this young Stars netminder tonight? Good puck recovery here by Wyatt for the Wild. As Britton comes across, and once again the Wild pressure is too much and the Stars ice the puck.
Well, exactly what is it going to take to beat this young netminder? That was a great, well-worked play there by the Wild. Great passing from Gilbert. Wilcox with an opportunity, however, it wasn't to be. Wild still desperately trying to find the code to unlock the man mountain that is Brown.
Offensive zone face-off for the Wild is won by the Stars, and with a little bit of trouble, Greenall manages to get it out for the Stars, and they get it back into the Widnes zone, where Sykes is collected in the corner and plays a centering pass for Moss. Moss on his backhand. Walker, no rebound. Good save.
Good effort there by Moss. We'll see it again. Round the back of the net. Lovely little layoff. A quick pass out. Finds Moss. Backhands it. And Walker stands tall to that one.
Defensive zone face-off win for the Wild with just under 9 minutes to play in this second period. And they swing it round to Charnock, who niftily brings the puck away from Galloway and then steps into the Stars zone. He goes wide with speed and is centering for Volkanov's. Shot up in the air, and the Stars bring it away. And Braddon with speed now. Well, Hager was in his lane and forced him to stay on his backhand, and just as well that he did, because that was a good little chance there for the Stars. Now the Stars wheeling back in their own zone. Grigors with speed, trying to bring the puck out, and he failed to do that, but eventually they do manage to get the puck out to the neutral zone, where Brierley couldn't get enough on it to knock it to safety. Now Galloway for the Stars on one skate balances his way through, threading into the Widnes zone, and a battle of sticks now, a clash of bodies with Volkanovs, and some nice hands from Braddon to generate a shot for himself. But the low seal from Harrison Walker was enough to keep that one out. Now Stubley up to Hager. Hager cross ice to Volkanovs. Some nice movement here with a drop to Charnock. Charnock turned and just enabled Moss time to get his body in the way. Moss loses his stick, but cleverly kicks the puck down to Grigors, and the Stars are able to clear the zone. Hall at neutral ice, pressured by Hager, who strips him of the puck and plays a pass that was behind Gilbert, but never mind, because here comes Greaves over the line, and his shot was blocked by the Stars defenseman, who's now taken a tumble and is lying helpless in the corner as Greaves circles the zone, but he has that one poked away from him and has to go all the way back down the ice to regroup.
You see there, Joe Greaves is just trying to create himself some space and get his comfortable shooting zone there of that point.
Wild up to Gilbert at centre ice, who tips the puck into the Stars zone, where they come down and collect. And a pass up to Crisp for the Stars now. Crosses the red, flips it in deep. Jackson has to recover for the Wild. He swings one right the way around, which beats Greenall, and back we go all the way down into the Stars zone. The Stars, you notice, content to dump the puck in. They've got a goal lead here. Oh, and a loose puck. Oh, they got it in. Well,
it's Mike Gilbert. Well, let's see that again.
It looked like Brown made the first save, but then he lost his position.
Well, the initial shot seems to have come in from Greaves. The rebound falls onto the stick of Gilbert, who lifts it over the pads of Brown, and the Wild are back in it.
So in the end, it took a scrappy effort to beat the Stars goal there, and the score is now level at Wild 1, Stars 1.
Well, what a way to celebrate his centenary game with a goal. And Gilbert will be happy for that one, George.
100 games played, and obviously all the work that he does as well with the coaching and development make him a real central part of this club. So, a home favourite.
Certainly, he's been a Wild Wild staple, shall we say, for a long time now. However, they seem to have found the combination that unlocks the goal of Brown. Can they now start capitalising on it?
So this face-off has come all the way back into the Wild's end, where Britain has lost the face-off to the Stars, and at the half-board, Galloway out in front, great save Walker on a shot by Moss, who hit it first time, and Britain goes back to recover behind his net. But the Stars come away with it, and a long shot which Walker didn't see.
Well, that looks like it's come off his face cage, and that's what the officials are saying there. Moss protesting, saying it didn't. We'll see it again in the replay. It comes in from the point to redirect quickly off Moss's stick, and it does come up into the face cage of Walker. So the Wild happy to breathe a sigh of relief there and take that respite of what potentially could have been another dangerous position for the Stars.
Both teams change personnel as the Wild win this face-off in their own zone, and Stubley swings it round to Charnock, who knocks it back to Stubley, who's got a bit of room at centre ice now. Goes onto his backhand, opens his legs. Oh, and he got it in close again to Charnock, and Charnock tried a close jam play, which was stopped by Brown, and now Brierley plays it up his wing to Charnock, and Charnock through the middle to Hagger, and Hagger on the backhand. Well, once again, Brown's positioning is strong.
Well, there was a little tap there, you see, afterwards. Great play again by Widnes. They're able to put the passes together. It's the finish that's letting them down, but that little tap there just on the from the stick of Hagger was enough to sort of get under the skin there of Brown. Is this going to be the new Widnes way?
At 5 minutes, 24 seconds to play in this second period with the game tied 1-1. Widnes have won the face-off in their end, and Stubley has taken a long shot that has hit Preston up high, and both teams almost looking for a whistle, but it's out in front to Volkanovs, and Brown in the splits position has done enough to stop play.
We'll see this now.
Puck hit Preston up high, clearly hurt.
Very slow getting up.
Play went on, and Volkanovs will be frustrated not to have done better, but once again, the athleticism of Brown in a full splits position, and we're now concerned about Preston, the Stars forward, who took a hard shot up high.
We know Stubley likes to hit them in from the point, and he can do as well. He scored a number of goals this season doing it that way, especially on the power play. I do believe, George, you were looking earlier on. He's one of the highest scoring defensive men. Indeed,
yeah. He's 29 points in 25 games on our most up-to-date stats. Point per game for defensemen.
Well, it's good to see Preston up on his feet under his own weight. Just being held back to the bench there.
And generously clapped off by the Wild's home fans.
A good travelling contingent of Billingham fans have made the trip to Planet Ice today to support their team.
Face-off in the Stars zone is won by the Wild, and a blocked shot is loose. Oh, and Hagger put it out front for Charnock, but he couldn't get a stick on it. And now Billingham have come away with it with one of their young players there, Galloway. But it slipped away from him, and Harrison Walker plays the puck so confidently. Oh, big hit there. Grigors has just levelled Charnock, but it put Volkanovs away, and Volkanov's shot was equalled by Brown. And now the stretch pass, Braddon, he's in. Oh, great save, Walker.
This game's got everything, George.
End-to-end action here, and the hits are flying as well as Galloway lays one on Volkanovs, and Volkanovs turning in his own zone. Backhands one out, but it wasn't enough to reach Charnock.
Could it be Billingham frustration starting to boil over, or do they feel that they're trying to stop the Wild getting back into this game now?
A long stretch pass to Charnock. He couldn't control it, and Billingham now clear the zone with a long backhander, but the Wild turn it over, and now Volkanovs steps wide on his man Jackson, and then backhands one out in front, but Hagger was a little too slow to be onto that one, and now Sykes comes away. He'll be first to this dump-in. But lovely play there by Bez Hughes to strip him of the puck and turn things back in the Wild's favour. The Stars, though, collect the puck at the point and are now threatening. It's Jackson at the point for the Stars. He wafts one in, which is blocked away by Walker, and Gilbert, spinning, clears the zone to Barlow. Barlow drives wide, his shot blocked, and the Stars will reverse it back in their favour. And now Sykes on a close angle with Walker. Walker lost his position.
Oh, he's going to want that one back.
Wrapped it round, and as Walker came back to his post, he knocked it in the net himself, I think.
We'll see it there. Sykes all the time in the world. You can see it. Jackson tries to get in, cover the back door, but Sykes aims it at the back foot of Walker, who kicks it in himself.
Well, Walker had just made a fantastic breakaway save. We have the score now. Stars 2, Wild 1. The visitors take the lead.
Well, with that Billingham goal, that edges them closer towards taking the second period, as we're running late here now, 3 odd minutes left. But I tell you what, George, this game has got everything right now. It's such a great demonstration of where we're at in the league in the British hockey at the moment.
Yeah, we had an absolutely fantastic sequence of action, end-to-end breakaways, both ends. And I tell you what I'm enjoying most about this game is the performance of the 2 goalies, which has been fantastic in both nets so far. Now the Stars bring away with Galloway, and his long shot is easily blocked by Wilcox on defence. And now a loose puck at centre. Reynolds almost got that loose, but not quite. And the Stars' young defencemen come back and regroup. That was Helens, who played it up to Braddon. Braddon's pass was behind Spraggan, and he now has to wheel through to get the puck out to neutral, where Galloway tips it in on Walker. Walker sticks it to Murray on defence for the Wild, and the Wild clear their zone. Galloway had to be conscious there because Haggard just changed, was behind him, but he heard the call of his teammates and managed to play the puck back into the Wild zone. Wilcox now, cross-ice pass, Haggard, head up, finds Charnock, high in the zone. Charnock protects the puck, then reverses and plays an inside pass to Volkanovs that was unlucky not to connect. And away comes Sykes now for the Stars, but his shot was blocked and he must wheel round and collect as Brierley blows a tyre. And Sykes continues to battle the puck, but it's Volkanovs eventually who brings it away for Widnes. And now Charnock on an open wing. He's got Haggard in the middle, but his pass was a good foot off the ice, which was too hot and too high to handle. But Haggard now, from a centering pass, has recovered the puck. He swings it back behind the Stars net, where Charnock, turning, loses it. And away comes Helens, the Stars defenceman. His shot was blocked. Wafted in.
Well, that's not appreciated.
And
there is a little bit of afters there. It was Helens, I believe, that was skating in on that, already frozen up by Walker. You could see Brierley wasn't happy with him already, and as Charnock skated in as well, there was a little afters for Elder. Could it all starting to be getting a little bit close to boiling point? We see Mr. Fusco there immediately speaking to Chris Sykes. And Stubley as well. Is somebody going in the box? No, Mr. Fusco's happy to carry this on. And dare I say, and put maybe the commentator's curse on it, George, with 1:16 remaining in the second period, we are yet to see a penalty.
yes, indeed, yeah. And of course, both teams will want to keep it that way in such a close game. So, got to be composed, got to be disciplined, both teams. Wilcox now bringing through into neutral ice. Gets to the red line and flips one down into the Stars zone. Stars collect and swing it round to their wing, but they're not able to bring it out of the zone. And Grigors for the Stars must go back and collect. He plays it up to Galloway on the wing. Galloway's pass up to Moss is loose, and he ends up in a foot race with Wilcox, which Wilcox wins. Greaves then knocks one all the way down. That will go for icing, and the face-off with 45.2 seconds to play will be all the way back in the Wild zone.
Well, the next goal is a massive one, George. It could be the breakaway for the Stars or the comeback for the Wild. Wild still attempting, they're putting good plays together. It's that final third to finish which is killing them at the moment, but that's all down to Brown.
Yeah, it needs to be said, he's had an absolutely fantastic game. Moss and Barlow contested the face-off in the Widnes end, and Widnes come away with it. Pass up to the wing for Gilbert. Gilbert centres one for Greaves, but that was over his stick. But then Barlow's the first there and tries a cheeky little backhander, which hit the side netting. Gilbert now finds Murray at the point. Murray, wrist shot low through traffic, and then a slap shot, which he whiffed on. And Sykes calmly plays a long pass up to Elder, but that was just out of Elder's reach. And he and Wilcox must now battle for possession. Wilcox bats the puck up into the nets, and there's 11.5 seconds of action left to play.
It's interesting, George, watching Billingham. They're playing the high man. It's either Elder or Sykes that's sitting high. It's strange because that's usually Widnes' tactic, sitting either Charnock or Hager or Volkanov's our first line high, dumping it in with the chase. Let's see how they can react to it when it's being done to them.
Can the Wild create anything with only 8 seconds left to play? It looks not, because Volkanovs has lost the puck and in safety.
And there's your buzzer, George. What a second period that was. A goal for the Wild and a goal for the Stars. And, well, I'll tell you what, the Wild literally can't buy a goal. Brown has stood tall. He's kept the Stars in this game, and it's because of him the score looks like it does. It's going to be interesting to see if Wild can unlock it in the third period. You'll be able to catch that action right after this short break.
Brakes and Sons sponsor Drop the Puck.
Introducing the brand new Drop the Puck official online store. Choose from a wide variety of items including hoodies, t-shirts, and hats. Ranges include children and adults. Sizes from small to 5XL. Place your order through our Facebook store. Simply select your size and click message. One of our team will assist you with your purchase. Drop the Puck official merchandise store, only on facebook.com/dropthepuck.
Welcome back for this third and final period where it's everything to play for the Widnes Wild. Still struggling to get the puck past Brown. Stars, can they edge away? As it's only a goal lead at the moment, George. I'm going to hand this one over to you.
Thank you very much, Ben. And it's a win on the face-off for the Wild. And Stubley slings it into the Stars zone, where Elder collects for the Stars and plays right up the middle for Sykes, and Sykes mishandled, so Hager can collect for the Wild and drive wide on the fresh ice. Oh, and he's hit the post! Short side on Brown. Brown had just drifted away from his post, and that was a glorious chance. Now Spraggan stepping up for the Stars with pace. Drives wide, sees Volkanovs, cuts inside. He's now got 2 to beat, but he plays it outside to Sykes. Sykes swivels and plays out to the point, but that's cleared the zone. And now Dowdle waiting for the Stars to all come out and get back on side. They've done that, but a loose puck at centre ice. Picked up by Volkanovs now for the Wild. Played inside for Charnock. Charnock protects. Drives behind the net. He's been tripped by Dowdle, but no call. Referee's arm stays down. And this is still a game with no penalties thus far. Moss battling away from his man at neutral ice. And the Wild swing a puck that nearly went into the Billingham bench. Bez Hughes has broken up the Stars' attack at the Widnes blue line. Gained centre, thrown one in, where Grigors calmly backhands to his D partner Dowdle. And Dowdle played a long cross-ice pass to Braddon, who's been dangerous all game, but his shot is safely handled by Walker in the Wild net.
Well, you can see here, there's the key pass there, gets it to the wide man on the wing in form of Braddon, who just cuts inside in front of Hughes and lets one rip at Walker, but Walker, easy, see that one.
Just over a minute and a half gone in this third period with all to play for as the Wild 1 goal behind to the Stars. And this passage of play won't last long because the puck has gone over the glass.
So as we've seen in the period there, in the period break, George, it's the next goal is the biggie here. It really is, and it could swing the entire game.
Yeah, 1 more goal for the Stars and they can start to shut things down. But of course, if the Wild score first and level it up, it's all to play for. And in that situation, you'd like to think that the Wild would probably be favourites, given that they outshot Billingham by a significant margin in that second period. Now we have Gilbert skating onto a loose puck, but he is pushed away from it by the Stars defender, and everyone is now battling, but Gilbert's managed to now backhand one behind the Stars net, where Galloway, the young defenceman for the Stars, brings it away. And a Wild cross-ice pass is loose, collected by Jackson on defence for Stars. Jackson to Galloway. Galloway steps inside, and he was the wrong side of centre when he threw that in, so that will be an icing call, and it's coming all the way back down into the Stars zone.
Well, interestingly, it's Widnes who are losing out to being first man to the puck, which is usually another part of their game plan. Billingham making sure they're capitalising on every opportunity they're given at the moment, really turning the screws on Widnes.
Interesting to see if the Stars will be catching the Wild on the break as the Wild push for this goal. Now Reynolds and Britton are out, trying to get hold of the puck in the Stars zone, but Moss swivels away from one man, then handles nicely away, and now gains speed to bring it out on this wing, and then cuts inside. He's doing everything, Moss, but he's lost the puck. And up the centre comes young Braddon, and he skates nicely and plays an inside pass. Oh, well, and then a centering pass which was neatly cut out by one of the Wild sticks, and a backhander by Reynolds as everything very quickly comes back the other way, is handled by Brown.
You see it there, the attempt coming in. Reynolds gets a puck, takes off down this right wing, tries to find Hyde inside, but at the same time the backhand comes too close to the netminder. But you need to keep an eye on Reynolds. There's no love lost from the Billingham boys here.
He's got the speed. Now, face-off win by the Stars, and they're able to clear their zone and apply pressure with Preston skating in on Hughes. That's an icing call, and it's coming right back.
Yeah, so Reynolds, a former trainee of the Billingham Academy, and I know that there might be a little bit of history there, so let's not be surprised if things might spill over when it comes to him.
Preston now on the draw for the Stars against Hagger. And the Wild have won it with Charnock, who stepped inside but lost the puck. Couldn't generate a shot on the Stars net. Now Sykes coming away with Elder. Elder delays, throws in a weak wish shot, which is easily handled by Walker. But the face-off will be in the Wild end with just under 17 minutes left in this game.
It seems to be Widnes are on the back foot in this third period early. Billingham applying the pressure again.
At the puck drop in the Wild end, it's the defensive team who've won, and they've rimmed one round for Volkanovs on the wing for the Wild, and his cross-ice pass is away from everyone, but Charnock just gets round his man to disrupt the Stars' defensive play. The Stars now come away with Preston, who, out in front, Stubley, time, space, what a finish!
What a goal, Tom Stubley! And that's all stemmed from the recycling coming from Hagger and Charnock. Charnock chases it into the corner, right through the slot. Stubley's wide open, skating in, top shelf. It's now Widnes Wild 1-2, Billingham Stars 2. It's caught me off guard there. What a game we've got.
Well, yeah, so exciting. 16 minutes, 25 seconds to play. We talked about Stubley earlier being a point per game defenseman, and what an absolute snipe that was. Barlow and Moss on the draw, which is won by the Stars, and Grigor's pivots. The Stars will now feel that they've got to get back into this game where they've led for long periods, and that one's out of the rink, and so we have a whistle.
Well, I'll tell you what, for all those fans that are sat here in Planet Ice Widnes today, they're getting an absolute spectacle of hockey. Definitely value for money.
Neutral zone face-off, won by the Stars. They play it across to Grigors on defence, who fakes putting it behind and then clears the zone. And it's loose at centre where Wyatt battles for the Wild but doesn't come up with it. Grigors now, nice moves. He sends a long shot in on Walker, which is blockered away, and the Wild flip it out to centre, where it's loose once more but collected by Moss. Moss finds Braddon. Braddon has got it back to Moss, and Moss turning, put a low shot in on Walker that was loose rebound for a second, and it's collected by the Stars out centre. Braddon need that one down, and the Wild collect it. Barlow rides a hit from Grigors, and the Stars go back behind their own net, where Moss, who is a lovely skater, another little turn to escape pressure. Wilcox at centre ice has broken that up for the Wild, and tossed the soft one down on Brown.
Quick change all around there as both sets of teams get fresh legs on the ice.
Now Crisp has kicked that one right down into the Widnes zone, and Bez Hughes' clearing attempt was a bit of a fan, but the Wild do come away with it, with Haid over the blue, looking to centre for Britain, but that was easily blocked by the defending Stars player. Haid now turning nicely. He's found himself a bit of room behind the net, and he's tried a little inside centering pass across the grain, but no one was there to collect that. And now Walls brings away for the Stars over the Widnes blue line. Slung one in on Walker, easy handle there.
Yeah, you thought there that Widnes were banging on the door, possibly get something together. Danny Hyde skating back, looking for Josh Reynolds out in front. However, the puck again has ended up in the glove of Walker. Just a testament to how quick Billingham can turn it round.
So, less than 15 minutes to play in this final frame. Exciting game, 2-2. Tie between the Wild and the Stars. Volkanovs now has stepped in behind the Stars defending player and driving in on his backhand. Didn't get a shot in, but did play a dangerous puck towards the Stars net. Loose puck at centre now, collected by Stubley for the Wild. He opts to dump in and then steps up from D to apply pressure on his man. Needs to be careful to keep his hands. We don't want any penalties at this stage as the Wild pressure the Stars for a lead goal. Stubley, nice move over the blue. Centre pass for Volkanovs, broken up by the Stars, and now Charnock goes to work. He's down low, he steps out in front, but the seal is good and strong for Brown. And a quick whistle.
Well, you see it again. It's Charnock picks it up, little deke of the puck, gets around his man, tries to really squeeze it between the pad of Brown, but great seal Brown's got on there. Nothing's getting through that.
So, tie game, face off in the Stars zone. Hughes' shot hits the skate of a Stars player, and Gilbert reverses it back down behind the Stars net, where Barlow protects. He tried to reverse it back down low, but that hit the ref's skates, and everything breaks out to centre, where Wilcox regroups for the Wild. His pass was loose and is collected by Greaves, and we have a whistle for icing.
Well, it was a close one that. You'd have thought Greaves might have got there first. However, they've blown it dead. We're going back up the other way. But again, just good pressure by the Wild, just not enough to break that Billingham defence. I'm seeing Grigor's getting into the game a lot more now as well.
So Grigor's one of the oldest Stars defensemen on an incredibly young Stars defence. We noted earlier, oldest Stars defenseman is 21 years old, and 3 of them teenagers as well. Doing a good job here, keeping the Wild down to 2 goals, although it has to be said that Tom Brown has had an awful lot of a say in that. So, Dowdle now chases a puck against Barlow and manages to get it up to the neutral zone, but the Wild bring it back now with Greaves, long shot, and I think we've got an offside call here.
Yeah,
against
saying
Mike
Gilbert just crept over, unfortunately, for the Wild.
Gilbert doesn't like it, but the whistle has been blown. So a 2-2 game. It was the Stars that opened the scoring with Elder.
Well, interestingly, there were words being exchanged between Grigors and Greaves. It wouldn't surprise me if some heavy gloves were left on the ice to try and tilt this game in favour of somebody. Neither team wants this to go to overtime.
Neutral zone face-off win for the Wild. Brierley backhands one to Hyde on the wing. He puts in a long shot, which is gloved by Brown.
It's almost as if he's got that puck on a bit of string, isn't it, George? Every shot that seems to go towards that net, magnet hands.
Yep. No mistakes, very few rebounds, and a few top-class saves. Stubley for the Wild. Knocks it into the Stars zone, and they knock it back out, where Brierley pivots, gets his head up, and plays it back up his wing, and Hyde plays a nice pass to himself off the boards to get in behind his man. He's got a man in the centre, but he's reversed it, and it's a goal!
What a well-worked play!
Hyde was clever, he went against the grain.
We see it again there, Hyde holds up, drops it last second, Britton skating in on that. Brown's already committed, looking on Hyde, and with that, it's now Widnes Wild 3, Billingham Stars 2.
So the Wild lead for the first time in this game.
Very much so, and it's a very unusual position for the Wild to be in, coming back like this. Maybe did expect it against opponents like Solway and Whitley, but certainly not this season against Billingham. However, that's just a testament to how well Billingham have come out today and made them skate.
Twelve and a half minutes to play now with the Wild playing, as we said, for the first time with a 1-goal lead. Can they extend it? As Hagger driving wide, gaining the zone. Angle shot that looked like it caused Brown a little bit of a problem, and it's come all the way out of the zone where Brierley has to be careful because he's pressured by Sykes. And Sykes has come away with the puck, but thankfully Charnock is there to support, and he will bat it round for Volkanovs on the near wing. Volkanov's pass up at centre is disrupted by the Stars defenseman Spraggan, and they now come away with Elder skating through centre. Elder driving wide across the blue, and his high shot is off the shoulder of Harrison Walker, and a double save there for Walker.
What a shot that was coming in. You see it here again in the replay. Elder it is who gets the initial shot off. It comes off the spill out there, and what a shot straight in on that. Walker standing tall.
So fair to say both the goaltenders have been pretty fantastic in this game so far.
They've had to be though, George, the calibre of shooters out there at the moment.
And a backhand attempt here for Moss didn't pay off, and the Wild are able to come away with a cross-ice dump for Gilbert to pressure. Braddon now skating back into his own zone, plays a smart pass to his defenseman, who centres it up to Galloway, tips the puck in deep, and then battles for it with Chris Wilcox. Barlow comes back to collect for the Wild, knocks one across to Gilbert on the wing. Gilbert's centering pass is a loose one, and now Braddon's got a little bit of room, but he couldn't quite pull the trigger, and then he did with a low shot that was wide, and that enabled the Wild to clear the zone. Gilbert rides a check off Galloway and manages to battle it into the Stars zone, but they now have a bit of room to regroup. Nice head fake there from Braddon, but his pass was not perfect, but he manages to recover his own puck, and now he's got some space to go backhand, and Walker had to shrug that one away. A nice bit of creativity there by Braddon, and persistence too. Now we have Barlow for the Wild in the Stars zone. His loose puck is now battled away by Gilbert. Gilbert and Barlow. Barlow tried to play a puck inside, but that didn't work out, and the Stars get it up to centre, where Hall attempted to catch one on the backhand that skipped over his stick. So Brierley can go D to D with Stubley. Stubley now, nice pass up at centre, taken off the skates by Joe Greaves. Greaves, nice quick shot up to the blocker of Brown.
And that's the Joe Greaves. We know, you've seen him all season do those sort of shots. Causes all sorts of problems for the netminders.
Brierley dumped one in, but that was cut out by Helens. And Helens now plays a puck up to centre, and what looked like it could have been a tripping call against Stubley, but the referee has kept his arm down. Now Spraggan trying to take a step inside on the Wild defence, and he's managed to get a centering puck, which was loose and wasn't handled well, and Walls took a shot high over the Wild net. So a few nervy moments here as the Stars press. They're a goal behind, and they'll be frustrated by that, no doubt, having been ahead for most of this game. Now Britton goes back for the Wild to collect a puck. He plays it to the half wall, where Walls collects it but doesn't do anything useful with it. And a nice little drag move by Hagger to bring the puck up with control. And
that's tight, I'll admit, that was a tight call, that one.
Hyde looked pretty surprised to hear the whistle.
So did Hagger. You saw him look up to the sky as soon as Mr. Fusco blew that then. Well, starting to see the Wild really come back into this game now. They're starting to find the passes. Won't be long, I think, until they unlock that goal again.
D-to-D pass for the Stars in their own zone as they look to create something at centre ice. But they can't because Charnock is breaking everything up. But now it does fall loose, and it's Sykes whose shot was deflected, and Walker did well to kick that one over the glass and into the netting.
Well, another good bit of play there by the Stars. 8:49 remaining in this game.
Face-off in the Widnes zone is won by the Stars, and Dowdle puts a weak shot in on Walker, which was easily blocked away. And an offside shout there, which went unheeded. Wilcox plays up to Charnock. Charnock one-hands it in for Volkanovs. Lovely move, Volkanovs, and he tried to play it off to Hagger when he could have shot. But it's okay because the Wild have recovered the puck, and Wilcox now. That was a save by Brown. Off the shot from Wilcox and the centering pass.
Two of them lined up on that,
and now danger, because here comes Sykes. He's one-on-one with Bez Hughes. Oh, and his high shot was juggled by Harrison Walker. Hit him up high. And now Volkanovs knocks the puck back down into the Stars zone. Gains some space to beat his man, and the centering pass for Hagger was just out of his reach. Now Hagger comes up the half-boards. Knocks it back down low for Volkanovs. Rides the check of Grigors. Cycles it back down to Charnock. Charnock looks up, finds Barlow coming off the point. Barlow has to make a move to get the puck back deep. Pushes his man away from the puck, but Elder will come and collect for the Stars, and what could have been a dangerous pass, almost cut off by Greaves. It's loose and regrouping. Stubley now has got space for his second. Oh, and a great save by Brown.
Wow, Brown absolutely shutting down there. We see it and played up very quickly. Picked up by Stubley, takes it himself, all that space, but he shoots it right at the body of Brown, who gets himself right behind the puck. Netminding 101.
Well, Stubley got the tying goal. Stubley tying goal for the Wild, going high blocker, and that time he tried to go low glove, but Brown was equal to it. And the linesman here has played the Stars in the zone, but Widnes managed to backhand it all the way down to Brown, who knocks it sideways for Dowdle, coming out of the Stars' defence. His pass to centre wasn't a good one, but Barlow lost it, and now they do collect with Moss. Great save by Walker.
Denying him there.
Fantastic saves at both ends. This game has been a battle of the goalies. Now Hughes battles a loose puck at centre, which is brought away by Helens, and Helens' shot is blocked by Wilcox, and Wilcox got his stick in the lane to prevent the centering pass again. And now the Wild come away with a pass to Greaves. Greaves shooting, another good low save by Brown. He sees the puck, he reads the puck, and he doesn't give rebounds. Fantastic. Now Galloway brings away through the neutral for the Wild. He's lacking support. He's got Crisp on this far side, but the Wild have got bodies in the lane. So Galloway, beg your pardon, elects to go around the world, and his pass at the blue line was loose. So he ends up all the way back in his own zone, collecting the puck, going D to D with Grigors. Grigors up to a loose free wing for Walls. Walls' shot is kicked away by Walker. Walls collects the rebound and pokes it up to the blue line, where the Stars defenseman knocks it back in, and eventually the Wild managed to backhand it out of the zone. Grigors up to Stubley, centre ice. He's got another chance now, and this time he went high blocker, but once again Brown is equal to that, as the Wild look to put some distance between themselves and the Stars in this game. Hyde has left a dangerous pass for Brierley, and Brierley needed to use his body to stop Walls from jumping up into the play. Now Spraggan, D to D to Jackson, backhands it up to a wing, and a backhand pass as the Stars change. Just 5 minutes to play in this close game. We have the Wild leading here, the Stars 3-2, as the Stars look to tie up. They knock one down behind the Wild net. Stubley will go back and collect and flip one to centre, which Hagger couldn't control. And the Stars D knock it off the glass to centre. Dowdle knocks one in on Harrison Walker, which he gloves and drops for Brierley. Brierley pivots, and then a nice little turn to gain a clean exit pass for Hagger. But that was mishandled. And one-handing it into the zone now is Preston, and a low shot from Preston for the Stars. Kicked away by Walker again. Now up at centre, Hagger shoots one in from distance, but it's wide of the Stars net. And the Stars will come away with Edler looking for Sykes. Hard pass was just out of his reach, so Hughes must go back and swing it all the way down, where Gilbert for the Wild will negate the icing and try and hold up the puck for support, which he's done with a lovely turn, and then finds Greaves, and Greaves has got time, and Greaves top shelf finish.
What a goal! Well worked, the Widnes Wild. We'll see it there. It all started with Gilbert, who negated the icing. He holds the puck up, finds Greaves sitting high in that slot, all the time in the world to pick his spot. It is now Widnes Wild 4, Billingham Stars 2.
Well, Brown has stopped a lot tonight, but there wasn't much he could do there coming across.
We know Greaves has got a rapid release on him, and Gilbert just has been everywhere when he's on the ice with him at the moment. Wild have taken their time, but they finally got back in this game.
Under 4 minutes now for the Wild to protect this come-from-behind win against the Stars.
Well, the little glove down there will just reassure Brown he's still got it. Saying that though, there have been some really top shelf goals that have had to beat him. Well, top draw, I should say, really.
Yep.
He was done top shelf.
Yep. He's been a hard man to beat tonight, but the Wild have done it 4 times. And so, for the first time in this game, they've got a bit of daylight between them and the Stars. Stars will need a quick goal to get back in. But the Wild have won this face-off in the Stars zone, and a long shot spilled by Brown, and then he gloves his own rebound.
What a flash of the leather. Wow. Well, there we go. He's had it again. Straight back into the game with his head. Brown gloves it out. Is that Gilbert? It is.
Yeah.
Put the puck in. Flash of the glove.
Bad rebound, but what a recovery with the windmill glove save. Face off in the Stars zone. Is won by the Stars, and Grigors will skate behind his own net. Reverse and play it up to the wing for Braddon. Braddon, nice little pass out to centre, where Moss will drive wide against two Wild defenders who have stripped him of the puck, and that's Hyde, who just lifts one down into the Stars zone. Spraggan now behind his own net for the Stars. Outlet pass to 17, Grigors, and Grigors played a rather nervous pass right through his own crease, or across the top of his own crease. And that was offside, I think.
Well, it's either that or because it's come off the official again, and they've had to blow it dead because of the advantage given. However, both teams probably happy with a quick breather as we're inside the final 3 minutes now, this final period.
So Hagger on the draw for the Wild, who do come away with the puck, where Stubley will bounce one off the boards for Volkanovs to collect. The Stars managed to bat it into the Wild zone, but loosely, and Grigors puts the body in, and now room for Hagger. Can he beat Brown? Oh, in the glove again. How many split saves have we seen from this
Hagger
kid
laughing
tonight?
as he skates away. What a play here. Holds the puck up. Beautiful pass. Even with the delayed shot, he tried to sit Brown down. Brown still denies him. A little bit of afters here between Charnock, however, and Grigors. Charnock being told to skate away. Still a game with no penalties. Neither team had a chance to get the special teams out on the ice tonight.
No. Well, when was the last time you did a game with no penalties?
Never.
Oh, Hagger has collected a loose puck and has got another chance. He tried to go 5-hole, and this time he backhanded one through. Backhanded his own rebound as Brown stopped him with the stick from going 5-hole. And the Stars come back to try and get within one. But that didn't work out for them. And now Hagger finding Charnock, delaying in the zone. Delays his pass, and it's a lovely play to Volkanov's centre ice.
Beautifully set up there. You'll see it in the replay, George. Look at this.
Lovely turn, Hagger. Charnock centred it for Volkanovs, and not even Brown could glove that one.
And just like that, it's now Widnes Wild 5, Billingham Stars 2. And I don't think anybody could have written that result, and nobody saw that coming in the third period, George.
No, I think with the Stars were looking comfortable, weren't they, at 2-1? And you thought it might be a close game, but as soon as the Wild got their noses ahead, they've started to stretch their legs. But it's been the Stars. Oh, a lovely soft pass by Braddon as the Stars look to get what would probably be a consolation at this point. The goal judge is flashing his light. I'm not sure why, because it definitely didn't go in. But the Stars do have a face-off in the Wild zone. And 2 minutes is a long time in a game of hockey, so what can they do? They've recovered the puck from the face-off. But the Wild do clear the zone, and Gilbert goes down to pressure. He's watched by Spraggan on defence for Stars. But lovely move, Gilbert found Stubley in front. And it looked like another lovely passing goal was on the cards. And Barlow now, wrist shot from the point that took a deflection and sailed over. Galloway now collects for the Stars in his own zone. And they play up where Moss attempted to handle, but ended up playing himself offside. And we'll have a neutral zone face-off.
So, roughly around 1 minute 20 remaining in this game. It's a big climb for the Stars now.
The Stars at centre with Grigors. He bounces one off the boards, but it's an easy clear for Hyde. And Greenall goes back for the Stars to play cross ice. Centering pass by Sykes. Cut out here by Hyde for the Wild. 1 minute to play in this game as the Wild now protecting an unassailable 3-goal lead against a very impressive Billingham Stars side who've made this an entertaining game. Sykes backhand play to Preston, and the net was gaping, but Preston couldn't get a stick on it. And the Wild have iced the puck, so it will come all the way back down.
48.4 seconds remaining, and I don't know what was said in the locker room in that third period, George, but whatever it was, it's been the magic touch that have brought the point home for Widnes this weekend. It's a 4-point weekend as the look if it stays this way.
Face off in the Wild zone, won by Elder for the Stars, whose shot from a tight angle was handled by Walker.
See it from the face off, it's an already planned play. Quick face off, dumps out to the winger who takes a quick shot. Walker ready and wise to it.
Wild clear the zone, and I think they may have iced it once again, unless Grimshaw, who throws a hit on Greenall, can negate the icing. The icing is waved away, and now Grigors brings it up through centre as the clock ticks down to 20 seconds. Grigors plays inside, and nice shot that was kicked away by Walker. The Wild clear the zone, but Grimshaw denied of a chance to carry that puck by the linesman. Grimshaw now has to back check, and the shot has gone over the glass. And the Wild putting out some of their lesser used players as the clock ticks down on this game.
Yeah, 8.6 seconds remaining. We're now seeing Grimshaw and Fairlong getting a little bit of ice time. And the Wild are going to be proud with the result today. It's a hard-fought comeback.
One last save perhaps for Walker as he sticks that one up in the air and then snatches it with his glove. And Stars win and get a final shot, so it wasn't the final save for Walker, that one was, but he made it confidently, and the Wild run away 5-2 winners against the Stars.
Well, there it is, 5-2 to the Widnes Wild after coming from behind. It's a 4-point weekend here at Planet Ice Widnes, and they maintain their third place. Brown looks dejected after putting out such a man of the match performance. It's going to be interesting to see how it all unfurls. We'll get the reactions and the views of the players and the coaches. You can catch those interviews right after this short break.
Brakes and Sons sponsor Drop the Puck.
Introducing the brand new Drop the Puck official online store. Choose from a wide variety of items including hoodies, t-shirts, and hats. Ranges include children and adults. Sizes from small to 5XL. Place your order through our Facebook store. Simply select your size and click message. One of our team will assist you with your purchase. Drop the Puck official merchandise store, only on facebook.com/dropthepuck.
And with captain of the Billingham Stars, Michael Elder. Mikey, a game there, to be honest, where us in the commentary position thought you'd had Widnes on the back foot and we thought you were going to take the points.
Yeah, no, I think it was, we know coming into this game that, in all fairness, we knew that there was two good goalies on show today, do you know what I mean? Harrison and Tommy have probably been the standout class all season, based on games played and save percentage, and we knew that was probably the two best goalies in the league going against each other tonight. So we know back there, and I know Widnes know that when they're in the goal, you're going to have a chance to win every night. We know that Widnes, when we were down here last time, they like to come out hard. They like to get you on the back foot early, momentum. So we knew we had to start strong, and we did. We weathered that. We weathered that storm for the first 5-10 minutes, and I thought we were the better team. And we got that goal lead. They pulled it back, and we got 2-1. And going to the third period, we were in a really, really, really good position. And I think tired legs. And in the third period, Widnes were clinical. That was the difference. We had plenty of chances, breakaways. Harrison made a few good saves, but Widnes were clinical, and we know that if we make those mistakes, then we're going to pay for it.
Well, like you say there, I think it was a testament to both sets of teams and the forwards there that literally you had to really start playing top draw hockey to even get a puck near or towards the net.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's quite small ice here, so you're not going to get those rink wide passes and that clean hockey. You've got to get it deep. You've got to wear the D down, and we try to do that tonight. But yeah, we just were clinical, and that was the difference.
Now, man of the match was Patrick Grigors. He had an outstanding game. He seemed to be a little bit of a thorn in the side of Widnes. Yeah,
Paddy's been the same for us all season. He's really stepped up and been a leader back there on the decor. Still a young lad, but he plays like 6'4".
And ultimately as well, and we have mentioned this in the commentary before, a lot of people that watch Drop the Puck will have known we've covered the likes of the Stars before, and they'll know now that usually you would be sitting maybe higher in the table. We've been through it before. It is a changing and evolving Stars now. As a long-standing member and a bit of a stalwart at the Stars, what's it like to watch this new blood coming through and the ability to bring in?
Yeah, it's good to see. Really good. I think we've had a good few years. First, second, when it was us and Solway going for the title, and we've had some good imports over the years that have been great at putting the puck in the net. This year, due to obviously ongoing world circumstances, COVID, we decided we have got a good crop of juniors coming through. So why not give them the ice time? Do you know what I mean? And they've stepped up. Yeah, everyone's going to make mistakes in this league. Otherwise, we wouldn't be playing this league. But that's just the learning part of the game, and we've got some really good talent. Tommy Spraggan, he's been magnificent for us this year at the back, and you wouldn't think this was his second year in senior hockey. It looks like he's been playing 6 years out there. So no, it is positive for the future. I think a lot of people wrote us off at the start of the year. And I think going into this game, we were the best formed team in the league. We know how to win games, and like I said, we know that with Tom in the net, that on any night when he's playing like he was tonight, we've got a chance to win. He's been magnificent for us. So yeah, we've just got to keep our heads up now. Who knows? We don't know what the standings are. It could be results. We might play Widnes in the playoffs.
Well, I was literally about to say you've got to have one eye on the fact that you could see Widnes again in the playoffs.
Absolutely. I think Widnes, obviously, they've secured that third spot tonight. First year in the league, they've done well. They've put together a good squad. Richie has, but we know how to win, and we think we believe we can beat any team. And from anywhere down, from Scimitars to Solihull to Blackburn to us, there's 1 point in it. So these last 2 or 3 games, however many, and even Nottingham are creeping up that table. Again, they're in a similar position to us, that they've got a good young talent coming through. So there's no easy games out there, and we know that, and we've just got to push hard in these last 3 games. We've got tough last 3 games. We've got Solway next week and Widnes at home, and then it's the Warriors. So that's a local derby that everyone likes to get up for. But no, we're spirits are high, and we've just got to keep going.
Well, mate, we wish you and the Stars the best of luck for the rest of the season, and hopefully we will catch you again soon.
Thank you very much.
I'm joined at this time by Widnes Wild Man of the Match and Centenary game player Mike Gilbert. Mike, what a performance throughout the weekend. 4 points for the boys, and then just cherry on the cake. Nice little goal for yourself there.
Yeah, it was a really big weekend for us. We needed to win both games to confirm 3rd place, and I felt like we battled all the way through, so especially in that game. Then all the way to the end, like we were down to the end of the second, and then we thought we all got together really well and got the win.
Well, from obviously our commentary position watching the game, it did seem like Billingham had the edge for 2 periods. What changed in the locker room between 2 and 3?
Just what we talked about, and I think everyone switched on. Like the first 2 periods weren't really bad, but things were clicking a lot more, and the puck then went in the net for us. And we just tied up a few mistakes, which caused the goals against, which we tied up in the 3rd period.
Now, out there, obviously, putting the puck on net, it must have been frustrating. Tom Brown, absolute stormer tonight, stood on his head.
Yeah, we came up against a really good keeper. A lot of the lads said he's a quick keeper, and a few of us got robbed by him because he had a really quick glove. So he had a really good performance, but we managed to get it through.
Now, obviously, you've just said it there, confirmed 3rd place. The likelihood is you'll revisit the Stars in the playoffs. A little bit of one eye on that. Will you finish the league out?
Yeah, it is looking like we're going to have them in the playoff qualifications. So we definitely want to get through to the playoffs. We want to add another trophy, but we need to finish the season out. We need to focus one game at a time and use the season to build up for the playoff qualifications, and then hopefully into playoffs.
Well, Mikey, we're going to go and let you get some rest that voice, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much, Ben. Cheers.
Well, there you have it. A game I originally said was going to be quite close, and then it was for a little while, and then it kind of went all out the window.
Look, we had the script written for them right up until the end of that 2nd period.
We did, yeah.
When Widnes took the matter into their own hands. I mean, looking at it now, obviously Gilbert got his goal early on, Stubley with that absolute beautiful top shelf, and then Britton, Greaves and Volkanovs. And I tell you what, that 3rd period, there were some well-worked goals in there as well by Widnes, and they literally had to pull stuff out the top drawer to beat Brown because that kid was everywhere.
Well, Widnes were a different team in that 3rd period, but like you've already said it, and it was in the commentary with you and George. Oh, what a netminder. He pulled off some amazing saves in that game.
He kept Billingham in it, and if we've got to be honest with ourselves, as much as he was doing the defensive duties, it wasn't as if they weren't putting pucks on net either. Walker got tested tonight as well. So, they brought the full package. However, as Michael Elder said there in his interview, something gave out in the 3rd. They don't know what it was. Could be bus legs, complacency. Could have been a number of things. But Widnes just started putting the pressure on the screws on, and then finally snapped and they were allowed in.
Well, it's the Widnes just got them into 3rd place in the division, and, quite rightly so. They've got to be happy with that result because, as just said, it virtually cements their spot for them. So it's just a case now of seeing out the remaining games to see who finishes where and see who they're likely to match up with. As it stands now, it's most likely going to be Billingham again then.
Yeah, and I tell you what, if that was a normal league game, what we saw tonight, can you imagine what it's going to be like
just about to say
with
that.
a playoff as well? You know what I mean? Credit to Elder and Sykes there as well. They were on the scoreboard. But yeah, it was a battle of the netminders between Walker and Brown. I think it was an absolutely superb clinic they put on.
Of course, Wild were missing a couple of players, but nevertheless, Wyatt was back from his suspension. Kemp's still suspended, of course, until the playoffs. But it'd be interesting to see all the players will be back. And as we always know, on any day, any team can beat their opponents. So the playoffs, it could be a completely different egg.
Well, it could be, and how many times have we said it? There's something inept about Widnes that when silverware's involved, they just find this whole other level, another gear, which they can shift to, and they literally get up for the cup. And if that's the sort of calibre of opponent in front of them, the likes of Billingham and your Whitleys and your Solways, if they do get their hand on the silverware at the end, you can't say that they haven't earned it.
Well, the interesting thing is, as it works out, and I don't know if the viewers are aware of this, but the way the playoffs work is the top 4 teams will play the bottom 4 teams, and so it's 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, and so on. So, as it stands right now, Nottingham, who are currently, as we finish this programme today, time of recording, they're standing at the bottom of the conference, but they could quite easily be in a final.
Yeah, and it's awesome to think that, to be fair, because, you know, Nottingham deserve something for the amount of work and effort they've put in this season. I mean, the moving up the table is just part of the recognition. I think, you know, if they made it to the final, that would send like a message out to the league.
Well, if I was a betting man, I'd put a few bob on Nottingham. Definitely a dark horse team. You can't write them off at all. But again, as we've already said, any team on their day can win. So it'd be an interesting playoffs, put it that way. So with the final few weeks of the season to go, I think we've got one more game, haven't we, before we go into the playoffs?
I believe, yeah. So the next time you'll see us here on Drop the Puck will be Widnes versus Sheffield.
An interesting game. But of course, you catch all our other games on our YouTube channel, which you should be watching us on right now. But again, you get us on our social media outlets as well. You can get us on Instagram. You can get us on Facebook. You can get us on Twitter. And of course, the YouTube channel, BASN TV. And of course, you can get us on our website, which is basntv.com. Ben, definitely, without a doubt, it's been a great weekend, a double-header weekend. We've had 2 great entertaining games. I'm about ready for my bed now.
I think I've had me full of hockey for this weekend.
Yeah, so a week off for us and then we'll be right back to it. I've been Gary Lee.
I've been Ben Lee.
And we've been
Drop the Puck.